Hey everybody, this is TJR. Gibson Guitars, currently everybody's favorite guitar brand, is back in the news again. They have done something very positive and very good. This is much needed after the negative fallout to the Play Authentic video, which I responded to, and a lot of people on YouTube responded to very, very negatively. I want to read this press release to you now, and then I'm going to comment a little bit about it. By the way, before making this video, in my research, I couldn't get a clear beat on how you actually pronounce the name. Oberheim. I think when I was a kid, I pronounced it Oberheim. And who knows, perhaps it's just one of those words that has multiple pronunciations. But I do want to give my apologies in advance if my pronunciation is incorrect. In a gesture of goodwill for the music industry, Gibson and its president and CEO, James J.C. Curley, have granted possession of the Oberheim brand and intellectual property back to its original owner and company founder, synthesizer pioneer Tom Oberheim. With the renewed focus on its core business, Gibson is rationalizing their legacy portfolio accordingly. But the Oberheim brand deserves special attention. A chance encounter at Winter NAMM turned into a quest to return the Oberheim brand back to its original owner and founder. Of the many stories I have heard and decisions I have made since joining Gibson, this situation seems simple. Says James J.C. Curley, president and CEO of Gibson. Let's do the right thing by putting the Oberheim brand back in the hands of its namesake founder, Tom Oberheim. The team have been working on this solution for the past few months, and recently, JC and Tom had a discussion to seal the deal. After over 30 years of being without it, I am thrilled once again to be able to use the Oberheim trademark for my products at Tom Oberheim. I'm very grateful to the new leadership of Gibson for making this possible. Tom Oberheim continues to make classic analog synthesizers that are direct descendants of the legendary machines from the 70s and 80s that first carried his name. In the spirit of collaboration and working together to create a healthy music industry, the new team at Gibson is excited to have Tom Oberheim officially be able to use his trademark once again and wish him the best for the future. So first of all, I was not aware that Gibson owned this brand name, and apparently they purchased it. They bought it from Tom Oberheim roughly 30 years ago. Now, is this a good thing? Of course it is. Is it a PR move? The cynical part of my brain would say yes, because look how quickly it's coming after all the negative press from the Play Authentic video. But then the press release does state that they had been working on this for several months. This would backdate them doing this or starting to begin working on this well before the Play Authentic video was released. So that would indicate that Gibson was trying to do the right thing well before the controversy. Now, if you want to be conspiratorial about this and do it without any basis in fact, you could say to yourself, well, I'll bet you after all that negative backlash, James Curley looked around and thought, well, what can we do that would look good for us that wouldn't hurt our bottom line? Hey, we're not doing anything with this Oberheim brand. Let's give it back to the original owner, and let's make part of the agreement that we both agree to the press that we were working on this months before. I don't like this type of thinking, to be honest. Not without any facts that could support that kind of thinking. Too often on the internet, we have people who reconstruct what they believe probably happened behind the scenes with absolutely no facts to back it up, start repeating it on the internet, and before long you have huge groups of people who accept it as fact. So if you're going there, stop. For the time being, until I hear otherwise, I'm going to go by what I see in the press release, which is that they had been working on this quite some time prior to the controversy. But now, does this come at a great time for them? Yes, it does. They are in sorely need of some good press. Will this take away all the bad feelings from the Play Authentic video? Not to mention just years and years of bad blood and lack of confidence from music dealers and consumers. And the reaction to the Dean Guitars lawsuit? Maybe with some people, maybe not with others. I have a feeling that for most people out there, they're going to say it's nice, but it still is quite not enough after all that happened. As for myself personally, I'm still not 100% sure I can trust them. I also can't forget that Gibson has done the very same thing that they have tried to sue other guitar manufacturers for. They've made strap replicas where all they did was change the headstock and the logo, which I think is perfectly fine. As I look back on all this, I do have to wonder, and I thought this from the beginning, When the Play Authentic video was in production and leading up to its release, how much of this was James Curley aware of? Was he completely 100% with it before it came out? Was he not aware of it? I don't think we'll ever know. Like I said at the NAMM show, he seemed very warm and open and very much wanting to change the image that Gibson had developed over the years. And I took him at his word back then as being sincere. Ever since the Play Authentic, I do wonder, was it just an act? Or perhaps this video was made without his approval? I don't know. At the end of the day, I am glad that they chose to do this, especially, of course, if they're a company that it wants to refocus and recommit to being a great guitar manufacturer, which is the whole message that they were about at the 2019 NAMM show. I would say this is a step towards repairing some of the damage that was done with the Play Authentic video. We'll just have to see what happens next. Personally, I kind of wish that Gibson would just drop the lawsuit with Dean Guitars. I think it's too late. They already lost the battle with the UK courts. By the way, I wanted to mention that in some related articles to this story, apparently Gibson has worked out some arrangements with certain boutique guitar manufacturers to reproduce certain models that Gibson owns the trademark to. This is definitely a step in the right direction. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. How do you feel about this? Does this make a difference? Does it not? What do you think Gibson needs to do to really repair the damage that was done? I'll be curious to know what you have to say. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.